Hey guys, check it out. It's done. The base is bolted to the wall and anchored to the ground. You can see those. Those are going to double. They are only needed to be alignment pins. Those are not carrying any weight because of the construction of this base. The building is carrying all the weight. So these just needed to be alignment pins. That one right there. And that one. So they just need to stop this from wiggling side to side. I was going to use some concrete anchors, but I decided instead, let's kill two birds with one stone. Those are my ground rods. Those are 6 foot long, 1/2 inch diameter, zinc plated, steel threaded rod. They go 6 feet into the ground. These things, oh my goodness. I started out with a hammer drill. That got me about 3 feet down. I tried a impact, because what I did was I put 3 nuts on the top of each one and jammed them all together. The impact got me down another couple of inches, and then I had to break out my big gear reduction drill. It's a big old Makita 1/2 inch gear reduction, and I was making that drill smoke. But I got them in there. They're both down, wow, almost 6 feet. There's a few inches sticking out. The winch is mounted. I've got it just clamped to a battery with a couple of vice grips. Up there, oh, I didn't tell you about the 2x4 either. The 2x4, well, you know, sometimes I just like overkill. The doubled up stud in the attic, which is directly behind this 2x4. So I use some 6-inch long timber locks. There's 2 of them in that. They go through that 2x4. The bottom one on the top of this wall, being a concrete block wall, the plate on the top is a 2x8. So I screwed that 6-inch timber lock through that 2x4, through the 2x4. Actually, no, that one goes through all the way through that plate. That goes, what, 4.5 inches into the plate, 4 inches maybe. Up there is another one. There's a timber lock up there. That one goes through this 2x4, through the siding, through 2 2x4s, and then on the inside there was a wooden cross member. So that 2x4 is just locking everything together, and being that the winch will try to pull this base up and try to pull that angle iron down, that 2x4 is right in between the two. So nothing can budge. The main thing I was thinking was stressing the holes in the concrete. I didn't want this thing to be moving at all. It doesn't really move at all anyway, but I didn't want it to move at all and end up wearing the concrete out and causing the holes to be sloppy. Let me just take you inside real quick and show you the other side of that wall. Hopefully there's enough light there. Oh yeah. There was a 2x6 already there where the garage door is attached, and you can see the brand new bolt sticking through it. And down there also, I added in this 2x4 that goes all the way up to the ceiling. It's screwed into the plate up there, and the 2 bolts go through that. The tower is all together. I have a mast and a rotor on the top of it. Tripping over my tripod over here. For the pulling up point, I didn't want to use metal. I didn't want to use anything that would damage the tower. I had an old strap kicking around, so I cut off 4 pieces, tied them in knots, and we got a good soft lifting point on the tower. Up at the top up there, which actually I walked right by it before we get up there, there's that piece of angle iron you bolted to the tower, and we have a hole in each end of it. Those holes slip right over those 2 bolts sticking out of those short pieces of angle. And then I have some nuts sitting up on top of that angle iron on the wall over there, using that angle iron as a shelf. Once the tower is up, just 2 nuts to put on there and the tower is secured. Nice, simple, easy. Just go up the ladder, take off 2 nuts, hook up the winch, and this thing is ready to go up and down. All right, who wants to see it go up? Let me put you on the tripod and get you out there in the yard, somewhere near my son's truck, and we'll have this thing go up in the air. And just like that, it's up. Just had to wiggle it just a little bit to get the angle line to line up on the bolts. I have a brand new antenna that's going up on that. You'll see that in the next video. All right, guys, that's it. The tower is done. Works pretty well. Oh, hitting the tripod against my leg. I'm trying to carry the camera with it still attached to a tripod. This was one hell of a project. I am glad it is done. All right, guys, I'll catch you next time. 73s.